I were a leader of the free world, the first issue I would address would be to suppress prejudice. Imagine being different. Imagine being looked at by society as weird, as a freak, as an outcast, only accepted by a few who may be similar to you, or a few who just accept the world for what it is. The majority of people will not accept lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders, also known as LGBTs. In the year 1980, 16 cities in the United States prohibited employment discrimination based on sexual orientation. By the year 2000, 119 cities would not hire homosexuals. And by the year 2007, 171 cities strictly prohibited hiring LGBTs. Since 1994, they have been pushing the bill of employment non-discrimination, or ENDA. This would provide everyone in the country with equal employment rights, regardless of sexual orientation. After 16 years of fighting this, it has repeatedly been denied due to certain hate groups. Not being able to get a job because people do not accept you is not fair. It also isn't fair that it is more difficult to adopt because of your sexual orientation. According to www.ranker.com, it is said that those who are against gays and lesbians adopting say that there is a greater prevalence for those children to grow up with depression, drug abuse, and suicide. This is an ignorant statement. So basically, what they are saying is that homosexuals should not be able to adopt because their children might grow up to be dysfunctional. Apparently, parents who are loving, caring, and trustworthy are not safe enough to be considered good parents. Children growing up in a more traditional parental household are more well-adjusted. This is another ignorant, poor excuse. Not only is it harder for homosexuals to adopt, they also cannot express their sexuality in the military. Don't ask, don't tell is wrong. It is against all that we stand for as Americans. I want you to ask yourself what we stand for in America. I thought we stood for civil rights, equality, and fairness. If you were in the military, you are not fighting for yourself, but for our country. As Majority Leader Harry Reid said, anyone who is willing to fight for this country should have the same civil opportunities to do so as anyone else. It is my belief that no one person is more valuable than another. Doesn't it seem to be that don't ask, don't tell is backwards? Doesn't it seem to be, based on the Constitution of the United States, that we are penalizing the wrong soldier? Doesn't it seem to you that we should send home the prejudice, the straight soldier who hates the gay soldier, the straight soldier who has prejudice in his heart, the straight soldier who has hate, and he gets to stay and serve our country when the gay soldier is sent home? Does that seem fair? I think as long as you are serving our country because you want to protect our homeland and be able to fulfill your need with patriotism as any other person, you should be able to stay and serve. I thought the Constitution was ultimate. I hope that equality is non-negotiable. www.aolhealth.com states that in September 2010, at least 6 gay youth ended their lives due to severe harassment by their peers. Suicide is the third leading cause of death for young people between the ages of 15 through 24. This means that 5,000 U.S. teens and young adults take their own lives every year. 9 out of 10 LGBT students have experienced harassment at school. It is so difficult for a 13 or 14-year-old to come out and say they are gay because he or she may hear comments like, if I had a gay friend, I would want to be friends with them. And this puts a great amount of stress on them. Feeling suicidal is usually about being depressed and feeling isolated, and many teens may feel isolated, and being gay does not make it much better. It is so hard for me to imagine that people are killing themselves because they do not feel accepted, and this is something they cannot control. Many people say that being homosexual is a choice. This is another poor, ignorant statement that has been proven through science. Your genetic makeup will determine who you are. Nobody would choose a lifestyle that makes their lives more difficult. Nobody would choose a lifestyle that is not accepted by most of society. So why would somebody choose to not be married? Why would somebody choose to be frowned upon by employers, certain religions and cultures and family, and not get the same health benefits as straight people? It is estimated that 1 out of 10 people are gay. Statistically, 10% of all human beings are genetically predisposed to being homosexual, which would mean mathematically that there are approximately 6 people in this audience that are. Are there 6 people in this audience who don't deserve equal treatment in life versus the other 54 of us because of their genetic makeup? Who cares who other people love? Who cares? Anyone that bases their opinion on somebody of who they love, the color of their skin, of who they worship, has been misinformed. People should be judged on the content of their character alone. Thank you.
Hi, it's me again. This time I just want to talk for a few moments about another optimist